artifacts to your stations.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Inspirit, Flagship Vessel. This is one of the Commander Precon commanders. There's 4 of them in Arena, and the 2 Jeskai ones are Inspirit and Kilo, which have a theme of counters. This spacecraft can be stationed, putting charge counters on itself, and then puts +1/+1 counters or charge counters on other artifacts, eventually giving all of your artifacts hexproof and indestructible, which means that it's the perfect card to play with +1/+1 counters and artifacts, and also some things that can use charge counters like Magistrate Scepter and Astral Cornucopia. In this deck, I'm running lots of low-cost, aggressive artifact creatures. I'm running some other cool artifact synergies, things that can maybe get some affinity or give some affinity, and some of the best artifacts that we have, like Kappa Cannoneer. In this deck, we'll be tapping and untapping in order to fully station Inspirit before swinging in with tons of indestructible creatures. So let's take Inspirit into the queue and start buffing up our artifacts. Soul of Windgrace brings cards back from the graveyard lands and puts them into play. It doesn't matter whose graveyard they're in, this cat takes them for himself whenever he enters or attacks. He also lets you discard lands so he can gain life or draw cards or become indestructible. This hand has my favorite artifact maker, and his name is Ragavan. They got a Gemstone Caverns in, that was, luck of the draw. They happen to have it in hand, and they exiled a Gamble for it. Oh, I do not like that you're running Gamble. And I should also mention that Soul of Windgrace is very good with Strip Mine, which was recently added into Arena. Still not sure why he has a buff from Alchemy. He didn't need it. He was strong before. He's strong now. Curse you, a thing that can block. Hate to burn my removal so early, but I have monkey business. Enjoy the maps. Why have I seen 2 tutors from you? Are you nasty? By the way, there's like land-specific tutors that are much easier. So I will reiterate. Are you nasty? Because I think you might be nasty. Real nasty. I'm going to play Urza so I can be nasty too. Maybe Ragavan will hit the mine. We can only dream. They grab that Arid Mesa. And I'm going to Simulacrum Synthesizer. Wait, hold up. Boop. Simulacrum Synthesizer. Followed by a Pinnacle Emissary, which will notably trigger it. I'll put that to the bottom. Blue. Shuffle that. Doesn't matter which one we're keeping on top. There it is, Sacred Foundry. Tapping you for blue. Very good. Nice. And I have an easy crew on Inspirit next turn. I'm gonna hope that they don't do the make him indestructible, wipe the board. Yeah, this usually costs 3 mana. It was like 1, 2, and then 3 mana, and that's what they changed for Alchemy. For some reason. Haven't figured it out yet. They're going spelunking. While I do nasty artifact business. And their lands will come in untapped, so they could grab even a Surveil land, and it would still come in. Untapped and happy. Leaving them with lots of mana, too. Yeah, like that. Commercial district. What's on top? What are you searching for? Well, that's an Urza's cave, so yeah, I get it. You can already play things from the graveyard, so free real estate. And a Maelstrom Pulse on the Construct tokens. Yep, they are, in fact, easy to get rid of. Tap. 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 Pinnacle. Inspirit. Yeah. Let's gamble. It was a land. I'll take it. Pay this for X equals 0. Still 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Okay. I will tap. And put the charge counters. +1/+1 counters. Put some charge counters on that. So I can use it for mana in the future. Cool. So you Maelstrom Pulse that again. Won't work. They're indestructible. So I'm Micah Spawn. Does get to exile one of my lands. I think I'd go for maybe Hallowed Fountain? Oh, nope, just basic Mountain. Also gets them the land that they crave. Could it possibly be a Strip Mine? They don't have the things that let them play multiple lands a turn, but they can still get multiple lands through Soul of Windgrace, bringing things back. But I'm not sure I need lands. Chat, do I need lands? I don't think I do. Because I have robots. And Urza, who's just, you know, busted, broken in half. Hit me, baby. Hit me with that Strip Mine. I got Astral Cornucopia. I'm guessing this is why this person had so many tutors, was to do that nasty business. Oh, hey, Joyra. Do I just, like, swing in? Well, before I swing in... Oh. I want to roll them bones once. I know I shouldn't take extra game actions, but I was being strip mined. I think I deserve one roll of the bones. GG. Simone Quandrix Prodigy. I'll keep this hand since I can name Artificer on my Cavern of Souls and hopefully stop some of the counter spells. Simone, I would say, is kind of like a tamer Gretchen or Thrasios. I'm not actually sure why you'd play her other than her matchmaking for those reasons, but yeah. I got some cool artifacts. Let's play them. I don't have good fixing here. Cavern of Souls doesn't work for my commander, but I got artifacts. And those are important to me. They probably have lands. I'll name Artificer. And play an Artificer. Which will discount my artifacts, like this Ginger Brute. And then I'll swing in for 2 little 1/1s. The Lighted Halfling and a Fabled Passage. I guess they can play their commander next turn. Magistrate Scepter. I might not have a land, but I have some setup, and I'll use it. Mechanaut swinging for 2. Enjoyer is also an Artificer. It's the most common type in this deck. At least I think it's the most common type. I should probably check that. Oro gains them life, draws them a card, puts a land into play. Simic Ramp, doing Simic Ramp. Actually, I imagine they're more of like a Simic Tempo deck with Simone, but she does have a land payoff. As Simone. Grab some red-white. Yeah. Cage. Ooh, Kilo and Emery, both good choices. This is technically at instant speed. And if you're wondering why I didn't leave the, or use the mana here and I said left this, it's so I can destroy this if I need to. And move my counters around. Oh, Lumra. And they're going to get a bunch of lands here, bringing them up to 8 lands. Good, a land! I could go for, like, 3 Kilo. I could go for Inspirit. I could even play Joyra. But I'm not going to be able to get much damage through because of Lumra. So I think that this is going to be the... Start with this. Kilo. Inspirit. Start by just using 1. Put the counter onto Kilo. Pass. And then I want to... Proliferate! Much better! Now everything's nice and indestructible, so it can block Lumra. And then I can, I don't know, start charging up my Scepter for infinite extra turns, which I have set up. I have Kilo, which will proliferate on tap. I can put 2 charge counters on it. Proliferate, remove. Charge counter, proliferate, remove. And, well, I guess Gingerbrute will kill them over 20 turns. That's, wow, that's gonna suck. That's bad for everyone. Yeah, none of you have haste. Hey, Tatiova. They have 2 mana, but they would need, like, something to interrupt the board. They could bounce Inspirit. Actually, that still wouldn't do it. They would need to bounce and counter Inspirit. Oh no, I don't have enough mana to play it twice. No, I do, because they'd have to put it in my hand, because they're blue. Mm-hmm. Blue and green. Birds of Paradise, sure. Cameo, they're left with 1 blue. The Cookie Beatdown plan, it's what I have. Yeah, it's what I got. Hey. 2 charge counters. We proliferate. I take an extra turn. And then I'm going to just keep doing that. Forever and ever and ever. I should have put a counter on you so you would hit for 3. They're hexproof and indestructible. Sorry, Simone. You know, my mistake was letting you block. I should have just attacked with this. Maybe I'll do that in the future. You love this sequence? Well, there's a reason why Magistrate Scepter is one of the most played cards with this commander. because it lets you take infinite extra turns, and it's cheap and it's easy. You just need some other way to get another counter on it. There's lots of ways to proliferate it. And I'll do it again. Yippee. Yeah, it's like I can proliferate by tapping this to station, but it's better, it's more damage for me to do it at combat. You don't think they read the scepter? I don't think they read the scepter. No. No. Do it again. You will die, Zimone. It's just gonna take a while. Sorry. Sorry. Muldrotha, the Grave Tide. We'll be bringing things back from the graveyard, recasting things, and probably getting a lot of good value over different types, because you can bring back something of each type. Whether you're replaying lands to get landfalls, replaying some, I don't know, exiling removal, or some self-sacrificing sagas. Lots of goodies they can do here. I want to make sure I'm getting a Surveil. It's got some white on it. Could it be Muldrotha and Strip Mine? There's a lot of things that they could put in with a Strip Mine. I want to make sure I have more creatures so I can do more with Inspirit. And what's nice is I do have a little bit of removal here with the Perilous Snare. My deck is pretty much all artifacts except for a few things that make artifacts. So the removal is limited. And exiling removal even more so. Utopia's Brawl. I assume getting them their blue. No, more black mana. Are you going to kill my Ornithopter? Yes, they are. They're going to do a symmetrical sacrifice. I decide if I want to go for Unctus or Inspirit. Like Unctus. I could also, I guess, Perilous Snare this. Oh yeah, this card is so good. The various like self-sacrificing things are really nice with Muldrotha. Fleshbag Marauder, Accursed Marauder, Plague Crafter. Ah, good grief. There goes my Urza. Bye, Urza. Listen, you're a busted broken card. I don't miss you. No, my Steel Seraph. Aww. I got scammed. And now I am left with so little. But I can still buff. Yes! Make my Unctus grow! Unctus is cool because I can turn some of my non-artifact creatures, like Urza, into artifacts. Hi, Sidisi. Are you going to sacrifice that grief and tutor for something? Somebody's wondering what the best boosters to get artifacts from is. Really depends on which artifacts. I feel like Brothers War had some cool artifacts on like the bonus sheet especially, but I'm not sure how many of them go with whatever commander you're looking to play. She's big, she's death touching, and I might need to just scooch her out of the way here. Let's start our engines. Vroom vroom. And I can either go for charge or more counters here. I think I'll go for gonna go for this, because I can essentially turn those into +1/+1 counters. Like, yeah, I can remove that and put a +1/+1 counter on the equipped creature. But I'm going to save it for now. Because I might need to use this to, like, untap my lands. My jitty. Ooh, Gitrog can sacrifice to draw. Oh, hey, Joyra. I don't actually have any artifacts for you right now. More charge. I can technically turn her into an artifact creature. I'm not going to. I'm going to move this onto here. And then I'm going to use up the rest of these charge counters. Come on. Little more. I guess I'll have one extra. I just want to make sure this was going. Alright, great. And now I'll chill with my hexproof Unctus. Indestructible Unctus! Hi, Scraps. What are you doing? Being cute, that's what you're doing. You gonna hop up here? My cat wants to hang out. Ooh, they're having a rumble. They did not get to their 6th land naturally. They found a couple nice permanents here. Uro can definitely help them stabilize. Bajuka Bog is their next land. And I'm almost at max speed for more counters. Here we go. Cat. Want a bracelet? Based on your purr, I'd say yes. Or you like the smell of salami. That's on me. Ooh, they're going for a ghost form here. When this dies, they can bring it back, and they can sacrifice it with the birthing ritual. That's also, like, Kaya's ghost form is so good with Muldrotha to just, like, infinitely protect. Doesn't even bring it back tapped, right? Oh, Scraps, you're so cute. Crazy how cute you are. Whoa, nice. White of the Reliquary. I guess I'm gonna make use of those loots. You're a blue creature, too. And you're an artifact creature. Swinging with all of these. Nope, that's worse. It's a little better. It's better than a land. And I moved the JD over here so I could buff this up to trade into one of these. I am going to put 1/1/1 counter. I'm going to leave the other 2 charges for lands. Speed now at maximum. I am going to untap a land. Tap a land. Nope, gotta tap on this. Untap target land. Virtue of Loyalty. Is this at instant speed? Nope, sorcery speed only. Inspirit grows. We untap. Joyra stops being an artifact. Did I stop them all from blocking? Did I have lethal doing that? I forgot that that was a mode. Scraps, don't look at me like that. Give me that little sass face. Just a guess, probably. So I have one indestructible blocker and two other just pretty dang huge blockers. This time I'll remember it. Maybe. We'll see. Past the end step, they can sacrifice a guy, see what they get. And pet this cat. You think she wants a treat? She does want a treat. She wants a little salami as a treat. Oh, Lumra, bring back all the lands. At least I don't have any landfall in play. No, my graveyard. This time, chat, don't worry. I'm gonna remember. Because you're helping me remember. Despite my lack of normal remember think good. Turn her into artifact. Go to combat. Place the thingies. Remove the thingies. Can I do the thing? Okay, there we go. You can't block. And you can't block. And I can win. GG. It's Grandpa, Abuelo Ancestral Echo, a slow blinking commander, just like how a kitty cat slow blinks. But I believe he can blink both artifacts and creatures. Scraps. Scraps, can I see the stream? Maybe? It'd be really nice if I could see any of the screen past you. Well, she disagrees. She thinks that I should only be able to see her. I'm just gonna go for the triome, so I don't have to think and try to surveil with this cat in the way. Okay, there she goes. She's like, all right, I've proven my point that I'm the best cat ever. Sure have, sweetheart. Oh, good. Grand Abolisher. So normally Grand Abolisher is actually like a huge card. But my deck is one of the most sorcery speed decks because I really wanted to focus on artifacts. And dem's the facts. Okay, Deputy of Detention, my speed, I have started my engines, but I'm kind of locked in here. Go for the Pinnacle Emissary for the cheap cost. Into a dowsing device. Making a drone. Giving the Emissary haste. And then swinging for 4. I don't need too many artifacts for this to transform. They swing for 3. Is it Grandpa time? Probably not. Oh, the one ring. All right, then I won't aim for damage. I will aim instead to defeat you. In the spirit. Actually, I think that... Yeah, I'll just play in spirit and give you a little extra power. So I can give you a little extra power. And then I'll sit on my like, I can't swords anything here. I wouldn't. I'd probably swords, I guess, deputy? You know what? Maybe I should have swords it a deputy just to free this, but I wouldn't be able to do combat damage. I can't make the speed go up. Oh, man. With Blinking Aether Channeler, they can seriously set me back. Because each time I try to station this, they'll just undo the counters on it. I'm gonna surveil land, now that the cat's not in the way. Nice. Maybe I'll actually get to play Sammy in a game. That'd be cool. Pinnacle Emissary. The Thopteryx. Oh, you get haste. You give yourself haste. It turned into a land! Ah, man, but now I can't give you haste. Fine. It taps for red, but I can pay 3, tap it to give haste and a big buff. It's okay. Thopteryx can block Durex. One ring draws them a card. They can also reset the counters on one ring by blanking it. Like, draw it and then bounce it. But it won't give them protection again. Because it was not cast. Scraps, don't knock the plants over, please. I asked nicely. We'll see what she does. Oh, they bolted that in. For Yorion, this is normally the Blink Commander we get to see. They're going to be doing a lot of blinking. And they can use Deputy of Detention to actually take out both of these drones. I'm not sure if they want to, but they could. Aether Channeler can also bounce something. But Mendicant Core has a tiny bit of ward from Goldforge Thopteryx. Neat. Okay, Emissary got bounced. Getting that Yorion out of here. It's gonna gain them life, but I need the air cleared. That would give 2. Oh, wrong order, right? Because I could warp that for more. I could have copied it. Actually, what happens when you copy something that's warped? I don't actually know. I'll just give these a little protection. The copy wasn't warped, so it gets this day. Do you guys want to try to find that out on another game? I didn't go for max speed. I went for Inspirit protection. It's because I want to play Kilo and use that. For science. Yeah, if I had done that in the other order, which is what I meant to do, I would have been able to attack with that. But I goofed it up. Oh, bye, Inspirit. Now attack me. And play Grandpa. You know it's Grandpa time. It's always been Grandpa time. It's never not been Grandpa time. Ooh, if I play Sammy, the one ring is free. Well, until they exile these naps. Where are my Thopteryx? Please let me have the maps. I'm an artifacts deck and a +1/+1 counter deck. These are like 2 things I really like. Dang it. Sammy. Slay me. I'll attack with the Mendicant Core. I want to free my boy. Also get rid of your blinker. Max speed accomplished. Hi, Scraps. Oh, bye, Scraps. She did knock over a planter. I can tell it from her little face and also from the sounds I was hearing. Oh, hi, Teferi Time Raveler. What, you really don't want me casting things on your turn. Sammy goes back into my hand. Sammy is a 4/4 with double strike, so... yeah, fair. Core back in hand. Do any of y'all fly? I make flying tokens. Not quite the same. It's like I can buff up a drone. I'll probably one. Ooh, thing that makes maps. So this is nuts when I have max speed, so I'm gonna go for that. Other weird duplicates are good too. I'm gonna use up one of these. I'll buff up the walker. Iron Apprentice, not what I crave. End step, they all get a +1/+1 counter. And then I have the Proliferate next turn. On Kilo. Maybe. We'll see. They do have enough mana for a Abuelo and a blank. For Grandpa time. The Nightclub Bouncer puts something back in my hand. It makes it cost 2 more to cast. I can cast instants on my turn, or cast sorceries as instants on my turn. I can take damage again. I only have 1 blocker and 9 life. Can I warp this? It'll cost 2 more to warp, pretty sure. Yeah, because it costs 2 more to cast, and warp is a cast. I'll lose 1. Do I just go for it? 1 big aerial hit? I'll throw it down. Throw it down Kilo 2. And swing in for what I really hope is lethal. Cyber Siphoner lets them recast from the graveyard. Does it get lost? But I don't think they can afford it. I'm going to proliferate your 1 ring. I'm going to win the game. GG. Atraxa Praetor's Voice will be proliferating, just like me. I have a little bit of proliferate in this deck, but they'll be proliferating +1/+1 counters, or poison, or planeswalkers and their loyalty abilities. This Atraxa is good with anything that has to do with counters. And maybe they even have some things with charge counters, like Astral Cornucopia. I know I ran that in my Atraxa deck. I kept this hand because it's got a Thopterix, and that will help protect Inspirit. I'll take more lands, sure. I usually cast this for 0 in this deck, and then just beef it up with Inspirit. A Scalding Tarn. Gotta pick those lands. Gotta get some cool lands. Oh, blue and white. For curse, are you gonna curse my spaceship? It's not even a creature. It's a spaceship. Well, I guess random artifact aggro instead. It's gonna be the name of the game. Here's a Thopterix. Vroom vroom. They have green. They've got toxic. It's a toxic deck. Hey, I love when the like question answers itself of what is this deck? Well, now we know. I will play Memnon. Or Menon. I will pay this for 0. In order to make the Menon grow. And swing for 1. Gotta make sure I got blockers. So I never get a poison counter. I'm not gonna be able to stop it forever, but, you know. I'll do my best. I meant to play this first. I was like thinking about it and then I forgot, but it's fine like this. I only get one anyway. Because we get a counter, there we go, which gets us another, and then this flips. Okay. I could have done that better and I would have ended up with another servo, but don't expect me to know what I'm doing sometimes. Sometimes I'm just clicking buttons. So they have nothing to proliferate? Except for maybe my creatures. And I can afford to play Inspirit! Yay! Yeah, sacrifice it. Get that thing out of here. It's an artifact. It enters. That gets me more artifacts. Which gets me more. Yeah, these two will be great for just like using up all my mana. And we win. Nice. Tatsunari Toad Rider. Tatsunari is a Sultai enchantment / frogs commander. I don't really have what I want in this hand. I'll keep this instead. Though the mana is going to be a little finicky with this coming in tapped, this also coming in tapped, and my 1-drops not really leading into Inspirit that well. Let's see if I can surveil to... Like, yes, I could sword something, but I really want to make sure I'm getting a 3rd land. And I have very little removal. This is one of like 2 direct pieces. I'm being duressed. They can hit this or this. My 2 1-drops. Animation module or GD. Okay, they went for that. I will play the sword in S-word. Nice. And there is my 3rd mana. Just what I needed. I'm actually going to start by warping the Pinnacle Emissary. And then playing Mendicant Core. That will give me this drone token. And even though Tatsunari can make frogs jump, so they can only be blocked by cards with flying or reach, they don't get flying or reach, which means I still can, like, attack through. Yeah, try to get my speed up so I can duplicate some things. Like you. Playing Inspirit, hoping it doesn't get countered. Stationing, but just for 1. Sending out a sword. And I'm going to be putting charge counters onto the Lost Jide. Jide? This thing. Okay. I'm going to untap a land. And untap a land. Mechanaut in play. And station on. Yep, this uses charge counters. Very cool. I feel like I hear Jitty the most, like Umezawa's Jitty. It sounds like an unnatural word to me. Uh-oh, Dark Ritual. What are you doing with 6 mana? You getting rid of my cool knife? Probably. This could be a Casualties of War. Which, like, oof, ow, owie. I see them hovering my lands. It's totally casualties. 6 mana? Hey, wait a minute. Tatsunari, you know you're supposed to be an enchantments commander, right? Like, you have enchantment synergy? Jite? I like Cage, but I'm not wide enough to justify it. Not attacking in, so I can finish this. And now you're indestructible. It could be that they're just looking for, like, a lower ranking Sultai commander, since, like, Glarb and stuff are better for general spells. Alright, they kill them all. I'm left with 4 lands and nothing to do. They'll play an enchantment one day. Maybe one that works with frogs. I got a land so I can replay Inspirit. Yeah, it's like this might just be their Sultai ultimatum deck to like jank the matchmaking. I could believe it. I'm gonna go for this Kappa Cannoneer. It's much better protected than Enam Pakal. Station. Put more counters on it. There's actually a cute little combo that we found in this deck with Kappa Cannoneer, Urza, and Animation Module. Another board wipe. Okay, I can't put counters onto Enam Pakal with this since she's not an artifact. But I'll still play her. And I'll still station. Stock animated again. So far, it has just been all, like, removal spells, generically good removal that's in this colors. This is, like, the most fake Tatsunari. Maybe they were sick and tired of their Glarb having to deal... Or Glarb, or maybe, like, a Nashi deck having to deal with the other things. Love to do the untap. I want to make sure I'm swinging with Inspirit. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen a Tatsunari deck, and it feels like it's still a while since I've seen one, because this one's not doing much. They're down to 6. Oh boy, my speed is 2. I do have one other thing that uses speed in my deck. We'll see if I find it. They kill Inspirit. You could play Tatsunari! Congratulations on your frog. I'll swing in with everything. They can block a token. And they can die. This leaves them at 1. Their fetch land is unfetchable. I use Virtue of Loyalty to untap and grow all these creatures. But I'm still proud of my deck for surviving an onslaught of removal. I feel like they're really denying themselves a lot of value by not playing with Tatsunari's abilities, so... see if we can close it out. They tear asunder, and they have nothing left to give. You don't get a good game. I'll say... yeehaw. And swinging. Yeah. Was it, though? I don't know. It was something. Alright. And we're done. It's Muldrotha! But called Orphan. It's the Muldrotha, I promise. That's a Muldrotha. All these cards are awesome, but I only have 1 land, so I'm not keeping this. These cards are also awesome, and it has 3 lands. It's not as fast as the other hand, but it doesn't need to be. They'll be replaying things from the graveyard, and they'll be doing it in style because they have a weird alt art. I wish it would put the actual name of the card on here, though. I don't know. I think it's cute that they did the reskins, but like that's not what the card is. It's Muldrotha. Ooh, Jet Collector also lets them replay things from the graveyard. I love that card. Also gets them Moxen. Do a little ramping. I can ramp and then I can discount. Or I could just draw a card with Joyra and this at X equals 0. Yeah, you have to name, I think, like Muldrotha on something where you're like naming the spell. Ooh, they can clone it? Not what I wanted to do, but probably what I should do. Perilous Snare. I'm getting rid of the Jet Collector. And now I've started my engines! Vroom vroom. Yeah! Speed of 2. Start your engines is one of the worst named mechanics. They can never put this in another set. What do I crave? Yeah, I'll go for that card draw. X equals 0. What about web slinging from Spider-Man? What do you think they'll call it in the arena version of Spider-Man? The legally not a Spider-Man set. I see you looking at my stuff. Oh, the frog! Hey, Get Rog Monster. You got some recently amazing cards in Arena. Let's see. See, Chrome Coast comes in tapped. Inspirit. Draw a card. Not attacking. Oh, I forgot to station. Now I was like, why didn't I put a counter? It's because I forgot to station. So I didn't get to put the counters on here. That's fine. Get tapped, lady. I was thinking about Spider-Man things. Yeah, or, they could call it web slinging still, but then do you think they're gonna have to do a bunch of very spidery men? I mean, there's always, like, the spidered men of Simic. Nice. Town Greeter fills up the graveyard, gets them a land. Yes, Infinity Stone is a new artifact type that got revealed for Spider-Man. I believe it's one of those, it is 2 words, but it is 1 word. Or maybe that's Infinity and Stone. That's so many of you. Yeah, we don't know if it's 1 or 2 types. Ooh, Altar of Dementia so they can keep self-milling off these. Nice. That can draw them a ton of cards with Get Rog, too. I'll prevent 1 damage. Yeah. let's cast some nice free artifacts and draw some nice cards. Mm-hmm. Oh, Spelunking also gets lands and untapped. Nice. As a dog. Okay. Boundary Inspector. Draw. Lot Monitor, double draw. I don't even need to put the charge counters on here. Menon. A mirror. Merely a mirror. Gotta start putting some counters on random stuff. And I will tap. Bring it to 8. Build up some charge. And swinging for 5 in the air. So these are now all indestructible and hexproof. Joyra is not, which is part of why I tapped her. And my speed is maximum! I'll put an extra counter on, I don't know. Thaw Monitor. And I have 2 mana. I'll use it for this role model. Actually, I have 3 mana, but 2 of it's of the same color. And next turn, I have Urza for, you know, Urza stuff. I have to, like, not die here. There's a lot of bugs. They do have a good amount of mana, but not enough to, like, fully replay stuff in their graveyard. They do have enough, though, to bounce Inspirit and do something else. So these will lose Indestructible if that happens. Oh, everything has Delve. You gain some life, so you have plenty to give. Casting spells will make them lose life. But they got a 6/6 with lifelink. They don't care. They can play additional lands because of Gitrog Monster. What do they get off the Fabled Passage? I assume a blue source. No, a green source. Oh, but they can do it again. Yep, so they have more colors. So many bugs! There's the blue. Any blocking I do will be under the assumption that my stuff will be bounced. Well, this will be bounced. Oh! Hey! Where am I? You want to exile a thing? Like, I don't know, Inspirit? They can do both. And then they can do it again. I do got jump blockers, though. His name is Reluctant Role Model, and he wishes he weren't here. Alright. Post-combat, Inspirit goes back in my hand. Hey, where am I? Who are you taking out? Astral Cornucopia. Okay. Making me have to do numbers type work. Draw. Tap. 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 Yeah, getting the counter off that. Roll them bones. Dang, Ottawara. Go back to the Hexproof Indestructible. I still do have some mana up, though. Which is nice. I have 2 up, and then more with Urza. I will put these onto the Jitty. Charge counters. And swing in. We love a good lifelink counter. I will untap a land. Untap a land. Untap a land. Look for the pieces that I crave the most. If I get rid of my indestructible aerial blocker, it's not quite as good. It does let me draw again. It gives me potential infinite turns in the future. Yep, proliferate all this. I apologize that it's so slow for me to do this. I'm not used to piloting this pile yet. I think they'll have lethal. Guess we'll find out. Left myself with 3 destructible blockers. Yeah, because I had to tap the other ones. But I wanted it to not be the artifacts, because they can haywire might them. I have a lot of lands in hand. And I also hit a land on Urza. I blame Joybra. Can they end me? They got so many tasty goodies in the graveyard. Mostly lands and like an Uro, but they got the goods. RP 444401, thank you for the 47-month resub. It's so long. Putting charge counters on this and then proliferating gets nasty. But you know what else gets nasty? Underrealm Lich and Gitrog Monster. They will no longer draw cards. They will only mill. So whenever they draw a card, they actually get to put more cards in their graveyard, because that's what the Lich does. It replaces your draws. They still have 2 mana of, well, 1 of any color, and 1 is Nurturing Peat Land. But they have not gone through their playing on lands, and they haven't even gotten their Fabled Passage basic. More bugs. Who's that? Overlord of Baelmerk. Nice. That's an enchantment for the purposes of this. Not, or a creature. You can choose to cast it as either. Four mana up. Pretty sure they have 2 pieces of removal they could use on that 4 mana from their graveyard. Oh no, but you'd have to cast 1 as in... 1 as a creature. I don't know which types they've cast from the graveyard yet. Like, I don't know if this was in their graveyard or in their hand, because there's too much stuff going on. Yes, Lynch does prevent decking out. I mean, you end up not drawing, but you have access to pretty much every card. Oh, they're continuing to mill. Looking for more pieces. I will block. This makes me feel very comfortable, by the way, the fact that they did not go for, like, a full swing. Teval is still in play and still causing them trouble, because they have to pay life. Head Shredder, and the lands do come in untapped because of Spelunking. Oh, Esper Sentinel. Right, I have an Esper Sentinel. I knew that. So they can get tons of lands in play this way. Because I believe Head Shredder will also count any land from... Yeah, so it would count this. You look at the top 3 cards of the library, put them into the graveyard. They could sacrifice the Teval. They could, but they haven't. And more mana. If they have an extra turn card, that could pull them through. Because they're so wide on these little Springheart buddies. So many little guys. So little time. Ooh, Nissa making those landfalls. Oh my god, they're still letting Teval exist. Like, yeah, you have fetch lands, but also you have 2 life. You have 1 life. I believe they've already used this ability this turn, yes. We're post-combat, so even if they had a hoof, like, they have this altar. They could sacrifice the Teval so they would stop losing life with the cast things. They can gain a tiny bit of life off Haywire Might, because I don't think they've recast that type yet. They could, like, sacrifice this, bring that back, gain some life, do some stuff, fetch some things, get more mana, take an extra turn? Or maybe... Maybe they're going for a full deck out victory. Because you know who I just saw in their graveyard? It's Jace. I think they're trying to mill themselves out on purpose. But that's not going to work with Jace. Oh no, they could sacrifice the Lich. Okay, so you got to sacrifice the Lich. And then use the Jace. I think they're gonna get there. They just have to finish milling out their deck. They only have 3 cards left. They're good. Oh, or Lap Maniac. But you have to sacrifice the Lich. And then draw cards? Which Gitrog will possibly hit a land. There it is. Nice. Just two decks dirtling against each other. Soul of Windgrace. Again, I got a cool turn 1 card. I got some turn 2 stuff. I'm down. Let's go. I'll lead with this Rust Harvester. This is a great card. The bigger I can make it, the more damage it can deal. But I need cards in my graveyard, specifically artifact cards, in order to get that buff, that bonus. Easy enough. Since they'll probably want to kill things. Also fetch lands. Oh! Inquisitions are happening. We've got Removal, Gingerboots, Unctus, Progenitor. This is the pseudo card advantage. Okay. Nice. Now I have a thing in the graveyard. I don't know if I want to use it, though, to make the Rust Harvester grow. I think I'd rather Gingerbrute. How do I feel about that? Not what I crave. Go get him. Some people are asking him if I'm going to build the lobster. By which do you mean the shrimp? Ragost? I hate that they gave him creature type lobster. He's not a lobster. I'm very spirited about this. There it is. You love him. I don't. I think Rabast is an abomination of a card. Will I probably end up building him? Yes. Do I think he shouldn't exist? Also yes. He should be a hominid at most. But he should be like a shrimp. Which I guess would be creature type fish. I don't think we have shrimp. Like, he's legit the joke. Like, a shrimp fried this rice? This is a small hill, but I will die on it. Yes, yes, I will absolutely. Hey, my graveyard! Don't you want the lands from that or something? I guess not. I have an Unctus. Unctus, get sideways. Oh, I guess I should do it in the other order so you get more stationing. But yes, I'll eventually probably build Ragost. But I will not call him a lobster. Because he's not. Creature type lobster he may be? Not a lobster. It's a spiny lobster. Or rock lobster, which are not technically lobsters. Alright, got my artifact critters. I'm looting. There's a land in the graveyard that you can take. There's actually 3 different fetch lands you can take. All of them get red. And they know about this get lost. And they know that even if they're trying to strip mine me, I'm gonna murder this cat. Molten Collapse. Okay. Inspirit may be gone. But I got some other good. So they want to strip mine me. They want to be like, strip mine, destroy land, strip mine, destroy a land. Just like the other one. You can't play lands from your graveyard. Never could, never will. Let's see. So I could have you hitting for 6. I think I would rather draw a card, see what I got here. Collector's Cage. I want another creature. This is not going to put any counters. And Unctus swings in. And they strip mine. Goodbye, Command Tower. Well, Wingfish, you gonna go bring that back? You want that command tower? Ooh, yeah, do it fast. Sure, get 2 lands. 2 lands and no blockers. I certainly don't have a way to proliferate on board. That would be crazy. Who would have one of those? Inspirit's just here because I didn't have anything else to play. Hey, Kelson, thank you for the 2-month resub. I like your name, The Kelson, because to me it looks like skeleton. Okay, they discard a land. They swing in. And, yeah, tap strip mine. That's cool, that's cool. Check this out. Lobsters. We don't need them. What we need is Phyrexians. Another strip mine stopped in its tracks. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars, and thank you extra much to Lysergic Houseplant for joining my channel as a membership program at the Big Dogs tier and requesting this as a commander for Brawl Stars. Inspirit was a tricky brew, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. The combination of different artifact synergies, creature synergies, and powerful stuff that works nicely together gets payoff for being buffed, and, well, gets proliferated is really neat. This is the first spacecraft I've ever built as a commander, and it's definitely different because it feels not like having a planeswalker as a commander and not like having a creature as a commander. It's its own weird thing that you're manipulating counters for, placing counters with, and trying to turn into a creature at great cost. But I will say the cost giving you also hexproof and indestructible is pretty sweet. You probably noticed while watching this video that I'm not the best pilot for this deck, because there's a lot to pay attention to, there's a lot of thinking in advance, and, well, I've been streaming all day, so my brain is like half empty anyway. But I will say, the deck list is solid, and if you want to see it, you can find it in the description of the video. Also, thank you to everybody else who has been requesting things from Edge of Eternities and Edge of Eternities Commander. There has been some very cool cards suggested, even though there's not that many legends. I've also seen a lot of great requests for updates to decks, so I'm going to try to get through to a bunch of those, and then I still have a ton of Final Fantasy decks I want to brew. It's not my fault. They put 100 legendaries in the set. I have ones that I want to do. There were too many of them. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.